Quit! Wait, that says quite, doesn't it? we can leave this in because I want people to see like I was zoned in to do his voice. I'm like, that says quite, not quit.
Oh my god! Too bad I didn't start a typo counter.
Oh god, are you kidding me?
That would have been great.
It would.
Doggone. Burgers! Oh, probably help if I press the game, huh?
That might help a little bit, you know?
Oh. Left, right, left, right.
Go!
Oh, God. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations. My name's SkiniMini.
And I'm Pharaoh.
I almost dropped the microphone.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
Anyway, last episode, we had to take more testimony from Francisca because we needed more information to prove her innocence. So we discovered that these hair sticks are not actually hair sticks. They're little stakes for the passion flowers. So, and we're trying to figure out where the hair sticks were hiding that could have been smuggled across the border.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now Edra's like, and the object that completes the picture when used with the support sticks is, and it has to be the crossbow that I accidentally called a bow and arrow, because I don't know weapons.
She doesn't, apparently. Did you present
yeah,
it?
I did.
Oh, whoops. You gotta tell me these
Sorry,
things.
awkward silence.
Just kidding. That's a crossbow. Wait, you're not really suggesting that? I am. These hair sticks, or rather plant support sticks, they make for perfect arrows. Ayah! I've done it. I found the common thread that connects the two offices. But this thread has yet to be completely untangled. Even using the arrows, how does this explain how the statues were transported? Furthermore, who could it have been who fired these sticks as arrows?
Oh, you know what? Now I think I know what happened.
Do you?
Should I say it or should I wait?
I mean, that's up to you.
I'll wait.
Okay, then.
Okay.
There must be a common thread that ties all these things together.
Oh, son of a...
Mr. Prosecutor, hold up a second. You do realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right? They don't fly at all.
No, you dummy. We need that. No, we need a... Oh, okay, border crossing part 2.
So the ball statue was draped in Yagras's clothes, and then shot over here? Even if you fired arrows from this side, they wouldn't go far with a statue tied to them. I don't think I need to tell you that the prima statues don't sprout wings. You're a realist after all, aren't you? The prima statue didn't sprout wings. Of course they didn't. I'm glad you understand. I feel much better already. I was afraid for a second you were unaware of that crucial fact. It's only crucial because you're under the belief that wings are necessary to this equation. What? You need to free your mind a bit more and let it fly like a bird on the wind. Are you a hippie? Where the hell did that come from?
That was weird for Edward.
You guys smoke a doobie, good sir.
Edward, what? Edgeworth, what the are you talking about?
Puff, puff, pass, Francisca.
Oh my god.
The prima statue flew, but not on a wing. Allow me a bit of your time, and I'll explain this mysterious phenomenon to you.
I know the phenomenon.
Do you?
Do.
So what do we do?
Okay, so wow.
What?
I was gonna say the yada bada badows. I don't know where
That's
this
something.
came from.
I don't know.
Okay, so I'm thinking. So Babal's statue is draped in the Adagos's clothes and shot over here. Even if you fired the arrows from the side, they wouldn't go far with a statue tied around them. I don't think I need to tell you that the primitive statue is you're realistic, aren't you? Okay. I don't know if we can present anything yet, because it feels like we have to either press first, because I'm thinking we're gonna have to present where is it? That wire that we found.
Oh, okay.
I just don't know when. So,
Well, in times of doubt, it's best like how you described. It's probably better to press before we do anything.
yeah. So I want to. So the statue, even if you fire the on the second statement, even if you fire the arrows from the side, they wouldn't go far with a statue tied to them. I want to press on that.
Hold it!
But we are in an agreement that an arrow by itself would reach the other side, correct? But just the arrow by itself is pretty meaningless, don't you think, Mr. Prosecutor? Because the things they wanted to smuggle were a lot bigger than nothing. No, that's not necessarily true. What? What I need right now
Is a drink.
I'm trying to burp, but it won't come out. It's not further discussion of my conclusions. It's a launching of my conclusions. What the shooter wanted to launch with the crossbow was not the statue themselves, but rather something a crossbow can launch that can be used to move the statues.
Oh, okay, here. So if it wasn't a statue that was tied to the arrows, then what did the crossbow launch? I think this is where we may present.
Is where you're talking about the wire?
Yeah, because I'm thinking this is... Okay, I'm going to say it. This is what I think would happen. I think what they did was launch... They tied the wire to the string on the hair stick, or the stake, whatever, and shot it, and so that way they let it hang from... Sorry, they hung the statue, and I guess, like, pulleyed it to the other side. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
But then... No, I'm not gonna second guess myself. I think that's what happened. Okay. So I want to present the wire. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong.
Objection!
Let's try it out.
Yay!
Good
I
job.
did it.
Yay. Finally. Finally, we have reached this point in our discussion. For I present to you that which was carried by the arrow from the crossbow. I get it now, Mr. Prosecutor. I can see exactly what you're trying to say. You're saying that the wire was tied to an arrow and then shot into Mr. Coach's office. Pew! All the way from the 5th floor of the Albacian Embassy. Down to the 3rd floor of the Babalese Embassy. If what you're claiming is really what happened, I can see how Alabas Primo's statue can be moved. Gravity will be used to move that statue down the wire from the 5th to the 3rd floor. But then, what about Babal's Primo's statue? The dark shadow in this photo is clearly flying away from Babal. Going in the opposite way of gravity from the 3rd floor of the Babalese Embassy up to the 5th floor of the Albacian Embassy. How do you explain that? Aha! I think I finally see how the gears behind this whole trick works. Agent Lang, the motion used behind this trick, I wonder if perhaps you have yet to envision how it works in your head. Motion? What motion? This is the motion that was employed to smuggle Babal's Primrose statue.
It has to be rotary.
Rotary.
Why can't I say that word? Rotary.
I have trouble with other words, so it's okay if you can't get this one.
Rotary. It's a rotary because it's like not the pulley system. Yeah, rotary motion. Yes.
We'll let the game do our work. I believe it was done via rotary motion. If the the two statues were... What? What'd I say? Come on, let's hear it.
No, you just said rotary motion.
Rotary. Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
That movie was good, actually.
Oh my god.
Oh, I miss Patrick Swayze. If the two statues were transported simultaneously... Get real! The statues would collide somewhere along the way. Did I ever say that there was only one line of wire between the two offices? I'm sorry, I'm just imagining Edgewater's like saying, did I say there was only one, you idiot?
He's like, if you just shut the front door and let me talk, you idiot.
If you shot an arrow with the two ends of a wire tied to it, a circular belt can be formed. Lang Z says, don't object and call it success when it's beyond reasonability. What? Reasonability.
There you go.
Wow. Taking into account the tension difference between the two wires, the top one would sag too much to the point where the statues would collide anyway. Agent Lang, as you know, the Primula statue is a one-of-a-kind national treasure, and the fact that the ball statue is a hollow replica of the real statue, it would naturally be lighter than the real one, meaning that my idea is very possible. Lang Z says,
It's...
So let me ask you something. Is there anyone at your house right now?
Yes.
Shut me up really good. Here's what I believe happened. I'm not gonna do it because I got my sisters and my parents here. They already think I'm crazy by doing these recordings. I don't want them to add fuel to the fire.
Oh god.
So here's what I believe happened. Miss Yu and her mystery co-conspirator set themselves up in two different rooms.
Why is it a K?
I don't know.
Oh, killer. Haha.
The co-conspirator bridged the rooms by shooting the two ends of the wire down on one arrow. Then the two of them covered the statues and proceeded to transport the statues. After the switch was completed, another arrow was fired, carrying the other end of the wire down to the ball, where it was to be disposed of. And to do that, Miss Yu hid it inside a grandfather clock. QED. Ha!
Thank goodness, thank you. This proves it, right, Agent Lang? That I'm not the killer.
Not yet, sis. I still haven't had my dessert yet. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? The proof is in the pudding, as it were. Pudding is a nice dessert. So, do you think you can do it? Can you prove that then what you said is what happened? Because remember, if you can't, I'll be taking a certain someone back home with me as a souvenir. I agree that as long as there's no proof, my hypothesis remains just that. However, what I have laid out is no mere hypothesis, for there's one more piece of evidence. One more? This should be interesting. You think you have a piece of evidence that will turn your hypothesis into fact? Well then, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor. The thing that made it possible to create a circular belt out of the length of wire, I believe that it is right here in this very room. Now then, I believe this is what made the circular belt transportation method possible.
It's the fan!
Get it? Because rotor.
Read. Did it.
Good job. Huh. Looks like you dropped another bomb on us again. Oh, I'll drop a bomb on you right now. Mother...
Edgeworth!
Sorry.
The last piece to the trick are two pulleys.
Precisely. The ceiling fans double as pulleys in this case. And thanks to the fact that there's one installed in each of the offices, the ceiling fans made for the perfect pulley set for the wire to run on. This must be it. This is how the smugglers bypass the impenetrable security. Ugh, you really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you figured it all out already, haven't you? You know who the big hotshot that set up this real-life stage show is, don't you? The person who set up this rather large and complex stage show needs to be someone who had foreknowledge of the existence of a ceiling fan in both the Albastian and Bobbly's offices, and that the passion flower's support stakes could be used as arrows. The real mastermind behind this case. Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food.
Why are you so hesitant, Miles Edgeworth? If you can't say who it is, why don't you present something like you always do?
A single point of the finger here in this case will explode into an international incident. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum. It appears that I have no choice now, but to rush in. There's a piece of evidence that will point us to who the mysterious mastermind is.
Oh, it will? I thought we were going to present the profile, because I think I know who it is. And I'm going to be very upset if it is.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, great.
Oh! Oh, we can use... Oh, wait. Can we use the videotape?
I don't know.
No, we can't. There's a piece of evidence that will point us to who the mysterious mastermind is. Nothing.
Apparently.
I really thought we were gonna do profiles. Dang it.
Here's the thing. I think that it's one of those cases where we're really jumping the gun.
Dang it.
But we have to, muddy through everything to get to where we need to be at.
What piece of evidence will point us to who the mastermind is? It can't be the Albastian knife. We haven't even used all this evidence for this case. Sorry, I'm just pissed.
No, you're good. I'm wondering it has to be something that connects maybe the two rooms together.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh. No, because that was received from Shinna. Well,
Were you gonna set it up the arrows?
Yeah, the hair sticks, because they were in Alba's thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if... Okay, I'm gonna present it, just to see what happens.
The arrows?
Yeah.
Take that!
This smuggling could not have been possible without the use of the crossbow.
Son of a... Oh, God! Sorry. That means my theory's
good.
correct. Son of a duck.
It's okay, let's wait. We don't know. You can be totally wrong.
You're right.
Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box in this very room. They were planted so long ago, the passion flowers had time to grow so big that Miss Von Coleman didn't even notice the arrows when she visited the room today. On top of all this, the fact that the culprit knew that both officers had ceiling fans tells us the person has very detailed information on the embassy's layout. So, as you may have already guessed, the person I am accusing of hatching this plan is the person who grew the flowers in the flower box with the utmost care. Thus, it can only be you, Kirkus Alba. Ugh.
Are you out of your mind, Miles Edgeworth?
I'm certain of what I'm saying, and I am sure that he is the culprit. Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor, what was the ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all that stuff you just outlined? Why in the world will he need to use a trick like that? I understand you'll need to doubt me. However, there is one thing that stands out to me as a very odd. Just one thing, huh? The one single end result Ambassador Alba sought to obtain. If we were to examine the focus of this complex trick, I believe we will finally find the answer to everything. Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence.
Sorry, I was trying to get comfortable.
You're good.
Freaking. Swear to. I knew it! Such a douchebag. I knew it. Sorry. I'm just upset.
you're good.
I feel betrayed.
No, don't feel betrayed.
Yes, I am betrayed. Because you know what? That stupid videotape gave it away.
Yeah?
Which I think is the evidence we need to present. But evidence will become clear when we examine this piece of... It has to be the videotape, because nothing else...
I'm honestly unsure.
Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence. What will unravel the whole... Oh, no.
What was the murder weapon again?
For which person? Manny was stabbed with the Albastian knife.
Okay, how was the mastermind kill? It was a statue, right? Which one?
The Alabast one.
The fake was something. The real one.
Oh, what if he was killed by accident because when they were pulling the statue in, it hit him and killed him?
That would suck.
So, used to be real but has been swapped with a fake one from the ball and was used as a weapon.
Do you think maybe we should take a look at that?
The Alabast one?
I think.
Yeah, I mean, we presented like 5 times already, might as well. Did it! Yep.
I would fully understand the reasoning had the situation been in reverse. However, to go through the trouble swapping the real Prima statue for the fake, I sense a very shady reason for such a bizarre action.
Oh my god.
And who better to ask for that reason than King Prima himself? I see. Ambassador, we'll be examining that statue now, with or without your permission.
Old man poot.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Alright, let's look at this. Oh, okay, so the handprint, yes. But what else are we looking at?
There's a handprint?
Yeah, there's a handprint on the bottom. We saw that earlier. I don't know.
Oh, the bottom, okay.
So, I guess let's examine that then.
The handprint?
Yeah.
These are Mr. Cochin's fingerprints. The fact that they're on here suggests that this statue once belonged to a ball.
So it was smuggled from a ball to Alabast, huh?
Why was there a need for them to smuggle it in?
I know why. Oh, we're not done?
Yeah, I guess not. I'm looking around. Oh, wait, there's... I don't know why, but... Do you see the examine point?
Oh, yeah, the sword.
Oh, we'll check that out, too.
Oh.
With his sword drawn like that, there's an aura of valor and bravery around King Prima.
He looks so cool standing like that with the sword stuck in the ground in front of him. Maybe I should try to come up with some cool pose with the shuriken or something.
I am seriously beginning to think that her real goal in life is to become a ninja. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, there isn't anything particularly odd about the sword, right? No, not really.
You okay?
Mm-hmm. I suppose we should examine a different area of the statue now.
Okay, alright. Okay.
Something else does show up for me.
Yeah, I got the shield and the top of his head.
Yeah, I'm at the head right now.
Okay, then I'll do the head.
Alright.
Hit. This guy kind of looks like the Steel Samurai, don't you think? Maybe it's because they look alike and he was picked to be the Goodwill Ambassador.
I suppose that's possible. Take a look at this area around the base of his neck. It looks like a gap.
Hey, you're right! Maybe it's meant to be some kind of secret?
Perhaps it's possible to open the statue from this gap in this construction. What?
Hurry up and open it, Miles.
Alright, here goes.
Wow, it really did open up! Hey, what's this thing that fell out?
I believe a more thorough examination of it is required.
The heck? What is it?
I think I know exactly what it is, thanks to, Rush Hour.
Oh my god, yeah! Oh my god! Okay, sorry, I examined it.
Okay. I think it's the second movie, actually.
Thank you, guys.
What?
line out of that whole entire movie. It's just
Thank you, guys.
all the money's coming down in the sky and just like, oh, thank you, God.
Thank you, guys. I see. You see, he's trying to. He's like discreetly putting it in his jacket. I love Chris Tucker.
Oh, me too.
I would love to meet him one day. You know they're making Rush Hour 4?
Yes. I'm like, oh my God.
I'm hoping for the best. I really am, because 3 blew.
Yeah.
Okay. Oop. Hit my mic. What in the... Is this... Hey! Is this what I think it is?
It's a plate for making counterfeit bills.
Somehow. Yep. Somehow, it appears that we've at long last arrived at the end of this complex labyrinth. We finally hold within our hands one of the counterfeit money plates, and the reason why the replica was smuggled in Albas to begin with.
Dun dun dun.
The Primo statue can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretariat, and the replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object in which to hide contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeit plate from Shinnah, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into the Master Second. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue of the Master Second and... Then, in order to frame the steel samurai of the murder, he covered his samurai sword in blood. Well, Ambassador Alba? You're the leader of the smuggling ring?
I knew it, son of a...
My country is a mess. And it's all because of you?
You're the one who killed the Master Second?
Answer us!
I'd never thought that you would figure things out to this level.
Ugh.
However, there is one point I disagree with you on. The head of the smuggling ring was Mr. Cochin. On it.
Quit screwing around! I have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass the guilt onto a dead man. If there's one thing I'm sure of, it's that you're the real ringleader, Kirkus Alba.
It's not good to speak with such subjectivity, you know, Agent Lang.
Subjectivity? My conclusion is anything but, and is a result of logic and investigation.
Logic and investigation? Only seconds ago you were ready to arrest Miss Von Karma. I don't think we can give such flippy-floppy logic any real weight, do you?
It looks like you still don't get why I came back.
Excuse me?
You see, the reason I came back is so that I could sink my things in your wrinkly old neck. From the very beginning, my real target has been you.
What? Agent Lang, I demand an explanation.
Sorry, sis. I didn't mean to put you through all that. I knew you were innocent from the very beginning.
You did?
I knew that this whole incident had been meticulously planned and prepared for. So naturally, the occupant of this room, Ambassador Alba, seemed the most suspicious. But without the ambassador's permission, we couldn't get in to take a look around. Ah, so that's why he put on this big show to accuse Francisco of the murder. Using Francisco as the bait, you were able to gain a century in investigative rights. Yeah, if I hadn't done that, I doubt the ambassador would have given the okay to poke around.
So that's what all this was about. Very well, I will forgive you. Oh, Francisco? Oh my god, but in exchange for using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and help us find the truth. Dang it, Francisca, that was a total opportunity.
Right there.
Sorry.
What's wrong with you? Agent Lang, for giving me such a great opening, I thank you. You No, I just knew, Mr. Prosecutor, that somehow, if we were able to find some proof by investigating this room, that you would be able to figure out the real culprit with your special brand of logic. The evidence detectives collect combined with the logic of a prosecutor. That's just as it should be in a prosecutor-detective team, right? I don't know about all that. But one thing I do know is that I'm itching to see the old man get what's coming to him.
Oh, you're quite scary when you want to be, aren't you?
Hey, you were the one who was planning to use me to push all the guilt onto the sis. But unfortunately for you, you misjudged me.
Agent Lang, I wish for you to stop trying to intimidate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring.
Objection!
Don't be such a sore loser! If you really are the head of the smuggling ring, then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity. Dignity? That is nothing more than a fool's insincere display of strength. If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would like to see first see some of this thing you call evidence. Ugh! I tell you, I knew nothing, really. I didn't even know that a counterfeit plate was hidden inside that statue.
You swapped a real statue that vested in your country the authority to rule for a fake. It doesn't make any sense that you didn't know anything.
It doesn't make sense? Where doesn't it make sense? Can you prove that it doesn't make sense?
God!
He's really got us. He's turned the entire situation around against us.
Proof that Interpol has been after which points to this man as a ringleader. If we can somehow find that proof now, then we can see to it that justice is finally served. Is there nothing I can use to break this case wide open?
Oh yeah.
The trump card and the videotape. With those two items, we might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is evidence from a case that Mr. Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Bad from the police. They're both illegal evidence.
Crap.
No matter what, protector of the law can't be allowed to use such pieces of evidence. And...
Oh, flashback.
Yeah, victory. Many means here.
The answer say we command this victory, and this way it says here. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to go outside of the court.
That's what we thought at the time. I no longer follow the path of Manfred von Karma, and I won't follow the path of the Agarasu. This leaves me with what? What creed do I believe in? Assassin's Creed. If I want to pursue the truth, then I will sully my hands in illegality. And if I want to pursue justice, then I will lose the truth.
Justice!
What is the law? And what is justice? And which path is a prosecutor supposed to follow? That choice is what I must make by my own hand here and now.
Oh my god. I feel like we're about to be continued part. This is a long episode already, you guys.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, kinda, but it's gonna be a long one.
That's fine. Let's just keep going. Oh my god. I want to use the trump card, but we have to do this legally because if we don't, then it's gonna come back to bite us in the butt.
I want you to listen to your heart and pick what you think is right.
I want to use the trump card.
Is that what your heart says?
Yes.
I clicked it.
Dang it, Pharaoh. Okay. We're using the trump card.
We're just listening to your heart.
I don't want to listen to my heart. My heart doesn't always make the right choices.
Well...
That's what I hate in romance movies. They always say, follow your heart. The heart doesn't know everything. It's not the brain.
Yeah, but they're not really thinking of the heart. You're thinking with the, woo.
Take it with the... Sorry, please.
Yeah. There is no limit to the law. Any limit that exists was set there by man. When a person goes beyond that limit, then the law too crosses into new territory. For what reason were laws invented? The answer to that is what I must now show. Ambassador Alba, I wonder if you might recognize this.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I wonder what that card is. I've never seen that before in my life.
It's a directives card used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates.
Oh, is that what it is?
This card was sent to the real culprit behind the KG8 incident 10 years ago. A man by the name of Mr. Manny Cochin.
Oh. So why did you have such a card in your possession?
Because it was hand-delivered to me by a certain great thief, the Yalagarasu.
The Yalagarasu gave that to you? Don't talk nonsense, and let's be serious, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you have any proof that that card contains directions from the ringleader?
I'll have you know that the card is not the only thing I was given.
What?
This contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KG8 incident.
The KG8 incident?
The card and the video. These two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate.
Oh, very interesting. I must admit, I am very curious now. Very curious indeed in these case-deciding pieces of evidence you presented.
The prey the Yalagarasu has been chasing all this time now stands before me. I can't allow this man, who has had free reign for 10 long years, to simply walk away. Now is the time for me to bring to fruition the valiant spirit that was given to me.
God. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, March 15th, 1:34 a.m. Theatrum Neutralis Lobby. So, what is this interesting thing that you wanted to show me?
The trump card on the videotape. These two pieces of evidence together make for the ultimate hand. And this is where the real meaning behind Detective Bad's words will be realized. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir.
I swear, if we get a bad ending, I'll be so mad.
What you see here is security footage shot just before the KG8 murder occurred. From this footage, we know that the card is a directives card from the smuggling ring. This is the section that proves the card was used to relay an order.
Okay, see in his hand to the... I think it's his right hand?
His right hand.
Yeah.
Take
There.
that!
As you can see, Mr. Cochin is holding a card in his right hand.
I see. The killer is indeed holding a card with the exact same design on it. But that card and the one you have, just because they look the same, doesn't mean that they are, does it now?
But there's a very easy way for me to prove that they are in fact one and the same. All we have to do is simply take a look at this.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! Is it the freaking...
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Is it the crow's feet, raven's feet thing?
How about just... Did you turn it around?
Oh,
Turn it
there we go.
around.
Blood.
Okay.
Blood? No, examine!
Oh no.
I kept zooming in.
Zoom! This dark red blood. Yes, this is your proof. Proves the orders on this card were played out in that terrible tragedy. The blood belonged to the victim of the KG8 incident. With a bit of DNA testing, we can very easily verify that as fact. If you have no objections, then I'd like for you to take a look at this next piece of footage. This car that passed by in front of the victim's apartment building. It's an official Kodopian government car.
What?
Detective Gumshoe, if you could please magnify the footage. This area of the footage directly links to smuggling of Codopia.
Is it over there on the other side of the mirror? Because that's really tiny. I can't see that. Is that a flower?
See, I can't tell if it's that or if they're...
Or is it the thing in his pocket?
That's what I'm thinking. What is that thing in his pocket?
I think it's the card.
I think we can click that.
Okay, let's click. Get on right there.
Take that!
Boop.
There you go.
The shape of this pocket and the directives card in it. It tells us that without a doubt, this person is in this car is Mr. Cochin.
Grr!
The license plate on the car was also captured by the security camera. And with it, we can easily find out who was sitting in this car on that day 10 years ago.
Grr!
Which is why I can say with confidence that you were riding in this car on that day.
Ah!
You want to see something cool?
Ah! What's happening? Ah! Pinocchio! What the fart?
I was waiting for this.
What? How the... Ooh. Hit...
Remember, never judge a book by its cover regarding the series.
No, I knew that, but holy crap, I didn't think it was gonna be like this.
That's what I'm telling you.
Well, shoot, I don't know how to do his voice now. It's not gonna be old anymore.
Unless you want me to take over.
Do you want to? Because you...
That's right.
I'll do it. It's fine.
Okay.
You've done well, boy, to make it this far. However, about your claim that I was riding in the car at the time, that's going to be a mighty difficult to prove.
How so?
The Principality of Codopia no longer exists. So naturally, all records from that time period also no longer exist.
The arrogance. What he really means is that he's already erased all traces of them.
Are we finished here, boy?
Don't you rub your nipples at me, sir.
Oh, no.
Oh. He's flashing his... Sir, don't you flash your medals at me, sir.
The only weapon I have left is to me now is this piece of footage. There must be something here that I can use against him.
It has to be the flags that were on the car, right? Like this thing on the other side of the mirror. Or the window, right?
I believe so. That's the only thing left, I think.
Did it.
What the? Ambassador Alba.
Yes, what is it?
You were once an army man in the service of Codopia. And it was you who made the many missions you participated in successes, correct?
Why the sudden backhanded praises, boy? Although, to be sure, the brilliant medals on my breast were awarded to me during the era of Codopia. But now I'm the only one who owns this particular medal.
In that case, the only person it could be who's sitting in this car is you!
How do you figure that?
By the medal captured here in this footage.
Oh, that's a medal?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Oh.
It is clearly the same exact medal as the one on your chest.
What? What the hell? Why he look all spaced out like he got beat?
I think you just need some lotion.
He ashy.
He ashy.
Okay, sorry.
This is how it will be, but I won't look back, for this is the path that I have chosen.
I can't do a man laugh. Oh god. Oh jeez, my phone's gonna die. Oh god, wait.
Oh no!
Ah. Okay, we're fixed. All right, we're fine.
Okay,
we're fine.
good. Okay,
right.
we're good. Yay.
You've moved me with your devotion to this case, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh.
Why is he taking such an arrogant stance with me?
It's almost looking possible, isn't it? For the lot of you to have come this far, it looks like I just might lose our little game this time.
You might lose the game this time. You don't get another round, Mr. Ambassador.
Is that a fact? Very well. I've decided to confess and admit my guilt.
You're going to confess?
And I will accept whatever punishment that may come as a result.
What the?
Regarding the mass second murder, I admit it. I did it out of self-defense.
You're claiming it was justified self-defense.
The Master Second attacked me, and I felt that my life was in danger. If I hadn't done what I did, I might be the one you found dead instead of him.
What a pathetic performance.
Oh, ha 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 ha. I'm not giving you one.
Wow, you two really know how to laugh at inappropriate times.
If you wish to claim it was justified self-defense, then we will need some evidence.
It's always the evidence with you, isn't it? But if that's what you want, this you require, I'll provide it. That man left a mark on me when he attacked.
What?
I don't particularly want to show it off, but this is proof that it was in self-defense. Ow. I'm an old man, and sometimes I don't pay enough attention when I should.
But the Master Second didn't have a single weapon on his body. Get your hand out of my face. Please.
That I talk to the hand.
Hold on. It's nothing to get worked up over because I hid the weapon.
You hid it?
I'm sorry, but as you know, a murder is a murder, even if it's self-defense. And I couldn't let it become public, seeing as how I am the ambassador. This is the weapon. Oh, this is the weapon you seek in my special bonsai trimming shears.
Oh, it's covered in blood.
He was trembling quite badly during our struggle. But that's when he grabbed the shears that were sitting in my office and attacked. So you see, it was an act of self-defense.
Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Since he has both the wound and the weapon that caused it, it's enough to declare it so.
Crap. Get your grin at the picture.
No way!
Oh, which reminds me, I guess there is still one more accusation I need to resolve. Smuggling and counterfeiting. However, unfortunately, all of that is my secretary's doing. I had no knowledge of what was going on.
Stop spewing nonsense! You're trying to throw my investigation under the bus in your desperation. If you want to get real honest, everything in this case can be connected to you.
The murder of Damascus II was done in self-defense? In my trials, no man escapes his crimes alive.
Perhaps so, if you are my opponent in court. However, there is one very important fact that I think you may have forgotten.
And what is that? That's what you mean! Extraterritoriality!
Oh, dang it.
That's right. This embassy sits on what is effectively Albastian soil, so any trial that is to be held will be held in Alabast. Therefore, the crime I just committed will never be tried in your courts.
Agent Lang, what is Interpol's stance on this? Agents investigate. That's our job. The judgment on people who have been confessed to their crime. That's the court's job. God!
And I have already confessed to all my crimes, Agent Lang. Furthermore, by the very nature of my position, I have full extraterritorial rights. These rights are effective even on your country's soil. Therefore, no matter where a crime may take place, I will never stand trial in one of your courts.
That arrogance and your expression. That's nothing like the face of someone who's ready to accept the consequences. Don't tell me you have your own country's judicial system eating right out of your hands.
These crimes you all speak of so seriously. To me, this has all been nothing more than a game. You may chase me out of this embassy with your accusations, but it's no big deal. Alabas has numerous other embassies in other countries around the world. All you would accomplish is you would change the backdrop of our little game.
These 2 layers of protection that extraterritoriality provides him, This is why he is one of those who cannot be brought to court.
You see now, don't you? I live in a whole different world than you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and fetch your eviction papers.
There's nothing we can do.
Obviously not, because we still got to be continued.
So
you guys get a long episode.
yeah. I mean, our voices hurt.
Yeah, I think I'm done recording for the day.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so thank you guys so very much for watching. It's getting interesting, and my theory was correct. That son of a duck, stupid Kirkus
You can-
Alba.
You can say it. It's okay.
No, I'm not going to.
Can I?
Yes.
And I said, bitch.
That was. It's kind
What?
of lame. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching, and if no one has told you that they love you today, we do.
Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna say it again under my breath. I'm like, wait, if I say it, that's gonna make me think that I'm saying it to her, and I'm not. Because I would never do that. You might want to end the episode before I, just dig myself deeper and deeper into this hole.
Which one?
Doesn't matter.
Oh my god. Bye.